Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And in today's video we have this 2023 Infiniti QX55 and we're going to do the Taillight Tint installation for this vehicle. So as you can see, this is how it looks before doing the installation on the taillights, and this is how it looks after the installation. So the tint has PPF properties, which means it will protect the lenses from yellowing over time, as well as protect it from any small scratches or any road debris that may hit the lens. Link for the product will be linked below. But with that being said, let's get started with the installation video. So the tools you need in order to install the tint kit will be Slip Solution, Tack Solution, a heat gun, squeegee, and a microfiber towel. And a step-by-step guide in order to create the two solutions will be in the description below. So make sure before you start with the installation to prep the tail light. So all you need to do is apply Slip Solution to the lens, and with a clean microfiber towel, remove any contaminants that the tail light may have. Okay, so once you finish prepping the tail light, now we can start with the installation. So we're going to start by installing this section of the film first. So with this one, just apply Tack Solution to the lens and Tack Solution to the adhesive side of the film, and just align it to this edge. And once you align it, everything else should fall into place. But make sure also while you align it here that you're aligning it to this section of the body line of this design of the reflector. So it should be like that. Once you have it aligned, apply Tack Solution on top, hold it in position, and start tagging it down to secure it. Don't forget to secure the top section. And then for this section here, just apply a little bit of Tack Solution and heat just to tack it down to this curved section of the reflector. Once you finish applying heat, you can use your microfiber towel to help tack down underneath the reflector. So just help it tack down as you go while applying heat. And make sure before you seal everything to remove any solution that may be trapped underneath the film. Okay, and now we're moving on to the next piece, which covers this section of the reflector. So now for the next one, just apply Tack Solution to the lens and Tack Solution to the adhesive side of the film. And you want to place each section of the strip of the tint on this side and the other one underneath the panel that was worked on right here. And the first thing we're going to do is focus on aligning the film to the edge of the tail light on each side. So align this one right on the edge, and then the next one should align right on the edge as well here. Okay, once you have them aligned, spray Tack Solution on top of the film, grab your squeegee and tack them down to secure it. And make sure this is all aligned too to cover the red section of the reflector here. And then for this piece, all you need to do is help it align to the curve here and do a light stretch in order to reach it on top here. So just apply a little bit of Slip Solution in order to help it tack down and stretching it. So it should reach right there. Everything else should just fall into place. Stretch just a little bit right there. Hold it in position, apply Tack Solution, and tack it down. Just be careful not to crease the film if you do have a finger on the edge here. Take it easy and then tack down the rest. And just to secure the whole film, just apply heat all around and use your microfiber to tack everything down, and then we should be good. So we created a piece that blocks this section of the reflector. So all you need to do is just align it right on the edge, and the rest should just fall into place to cover this section here, just like that. And you could apply heat, that way you help the adhesive activate faster, but this one's pretty simple to tack down. And now move on to the next piece. Now we're moving on to this section of the tail light. So with this one, in order to align it, just apply Tack Solution. And the reason why we're applying Tack Solution is that way we can align the film, but at the same time the adhesive is able to activate a little bit more faster than when we use Slip Solution. Because if we were to use Slip Solution, it will take a little longer for the adhesive to activate. So we want to help activate the adhesive on the film on each tint that was installed. That way we're able to anchor it and align it to where we need it to go. So now anchor this section, apply Tack Solution underneath, and then just squeegee it. And then once you have this secured, work your way until you reach to this top edge here. You might do a small stretch in order to help it tack down and mold to the curved design here of the tail light. So lift it. For this part, just apply 1 spray of slip solution and 1 of tack. That way we help it tack down faster. So stretch, keep it aligned until you reach to the top. Start tacking it down. And then it should finish off to the top edge here. So make sure it's not lifting. So help it tack down with a little bit of heat. Apply tack solution underneath and on top so we're able to tack it down. And just work your way until you reach to the top edge here. Keep it aligned and tack it down. Just like this. Hold it in position, that way the adhesive is able to start activating and slowly tack it down. As you can see now the film is staying down. All you need to do is just apply a little bit of heat with tack solution and you should be good. And now we move on to the last piece for this section of the tail light. So now we're moving on with this last section of this side of the tail light. So for this one, we are going to need to apply slip solution. That way we're able to align the film and then do a light stretch to reach it to the edge. So with this one, place the film on top and align it to this edge of the tail light first. Apply tack solution underneath and on top of the film. That way we're able to secure it right on the edge. And as we're securing it, we could start tacking it down. So make sure it follows this whole design of the tail light. Keep it aligned, grab your squeegee and tack it down. And just make sure you secure this whole section. And then once this is secured, we can stretch the film until it reaches this edge here. So it's just a light stretch up to there. Once we have the film up to the edge, apply tack solution underneath. That way we're able to tack it down and secure it. And make sure that everything else stays aligned so you can bring this film down just a little bit and tack it down. And now that we have this section secured, we can come back here and secure this top area. So just apply tack solution on top and underneath the film, place it back down and just start tagging it down. And you can also use heat in order to help seal this top area. So apply tack solution, a little bit of heat in order to help shrink the fingers and also help it tack down on top and on the sides. And with this one, you could wrap your microfiber towel around your squeegee and tack it down like this. Just take your time when you're doing this. You don't want to accidentally crease the film. Just go like this and then tack it down until you finish everything on the top section here. Now that we're done with this side of the tail light, now we move on to the trunk area. So when it comes to installing this piece, it's similar to the piece that was installed for the first installation on this side. It's just applying tack solution on the lens, aligning it on the bottom section here, and also make sure you have material to cover this side. And like that, it should fall into place. Just apply tack solution and squeegee in order to secure the film. Make sure to remove all the solution underneath as you're tacking down the film. And then we could apply a little bit of heat in order to seal the edges. And then once this is done, we move on to this piece. This is done. Now we move on to this section. For the centerpiece, same process as how we did it with this piece. The second piece that was installed. Apply tack solution on the lens and on the adhesive side of the film and just align it right in the center, just like that. If it moves, just place it back. And the film should cover here, down here, and then this top section, just stretch it a little bit in order to remove this finger. So just like that. Once you place the film, apply tack solution on top, grab your squeegee and start tacking everything down. And then after that, once we remove all the solution and we secure the film, we're going to apply heat in order to seal it before we move on to the next piece, which covers this strip here. Now apply heat and use your microfiber towel to help it tack down and remove any solution on the edges, and then we should be good and move on to the next piece. Okay, now we're moving on to this piece. With this one, if you don't want to use tack solution, you can align it without using any solution. Just make sure when you're placing it, you align it correctly here. Follow the design as you go and make sure you maneuver the film in order to cover this section of the reflector. So take your time as you're doing this. Make sure it stays aligned to this design of the tail light. It should go up to here. And just follow it here. Since it is a smaller piece, this will be the easier way to go about it. But you can always use just the same method we use for this side, which is applying tack solution and tagging it down little by little. Just make sure to remove any air bubbles underneath the film. And then with a little bit of heat, you can help secure the whole film afterwards. Okay, and now you move on to the last piece. Now we're moving on to the last piece. So apply slip solution to the lens and slip solution to the adhesive side of the film and just align it right on the edge here. Make sure everything stays aligned and you have material to align it here and to cover the top section here, and everything else should fall into place once everything's aligned. So to secure it, just apply tack solution. Make sure it's aligned, grab your squeegee and tack it down to secure it. Secure the top, secure this whole section, and just work your way with the rest of the film. Secure here, and then secure it on the top. Just like that. And once you finish tacking it down, and you remove all the solution that's underneath the film, the last thing to do is to pulse heat the entire tail light, and then you're done. So once you finish with the whole installation, the last thing to do is to pulse heat the entire tail light. So just apply tack solution all over the film. Grab your heat gun and start applying heat to the whole entire panel that was worked on. That way we help the adhesive on each section of the tint activate faster. So just take your time, since this step is very important in order for the film to stay secure to the tail light and it doesn't lift over time. So just go each section, apply heat, help it tack down. If there is film still lifting, apply heat to tack it down. And then once you're done with this step, you're done with the installation. Thank you for choosing Bogar Tech Design. As a small business, your support means everything to us. If you loved your product, please drop a review. If you have questions or issues, don't forget to message us via email. Once again, thank you so much for the support from our family to yours. So that concludes the installation video for the Taillight tints for the 2023 Infiniti QX55. We hope that this video helped you guys out with the installation. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you're missing any of our upcoming installation videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.